start the next session, actually, which will be I will continue with the scenarios. I will just do a short summary just to give 2 more minutes for the people that are coming back. So as you can see here from the site protector, we were also, the XGS was also able to detect this exploitation on Samba account name, which was, it was simulated block, so that's why the attack was successful. And actually you can see exactly the payload over here that was used. I mean, I apologize, it's not visible very well, but actually this is the payload that was used to perform the communication. Yeah. Okay, so coming back to the scenario number 1 is that I was mentioning that in this scenario we're using a very, let's say, well-known vulnerability. It wasn't a rocket science to perform exploitation. And due to that, most probably there is a patch for this vulnerability that will, for example, fix the machine, and it would be impossible to perform the exploitation on this particular machine. So this is where BigFix came in to help. So I've got BigFix console open over here. As you can see, there are a bunch of things that we can do in BigFix. But just to keep to the scenario, I will just show you that BigFix, for example, can patch our infrastructure. So when it detects the vulnerability, then it can suggest that the certain patch should be applied. And the BigFix is able to download this patch directly from the internet and apply it, I mean, from the internet, from the IBM repository, yes? So just to make it clear. So this is what we'll be doing right now. So I've got here the fixlet, which is a type of a task that BigFix can perform. And there is actually the fixlet that addressed this particular vulnerability that was discovered. So this is what I will do right now. I will just take an action, and hopefully if I do have a connection with the internet, let me just check it once again. Okay, I don't have it, so that's good that I was able to check. Let me just connect once again. Okay, it looks like the connection get back. I hope that it won't affect the machine. So let me just once again take action. Metasploit, this is the machine which is vulnerable, and we're applying the patch. So let's see what will happen. The agent that is deployed on the Metasploitable machine, on a Linux machine, just received the task that he needs to apply the fix for the Samba. And this is actually what he is doing, so he is applying it. Hopefully he's able to download it first. So let's give a few seconds to reboot the machine, and hopefully the attack won't be successful. Okay. Okay, the machine is trying to restart. Okay, restart. So let me check whether right now the vulnerability has been patched and sorry. Okay. Once again, I'm opening the Metasploit framework, and I will try to use the same exploit as I was using before. And if the patch was applied, then this time we won't be able to get a shell of that machine. So use exploit multi Samba user map script set error host 172.20.10.22 exploit. Okay, good. So it looks like the fix pack was successful, because you can see that this time I don't have session on the particular machine. So I'm not able to do anything. So this is how the big fix, especially if it's integrated with Qradar, it can react. If we do have, for example, an attack on a specific vulnerability, then big fix can apply the patch. Of course, if there is a patch for this vulnerability, yes, because we've got a lot of vulnerabilities which doesn't have a patch. But if we do have a patch, then big fix can not only install the patch on the machine, but it can also suggest to you that, whoa, there is a bunch of other workstation that contains the same vulnerability, and it is good to patch them as well. Yes, so this is how the big fix came to you with additional help. Yes. Okay, so right now I can move. I hope that who wanted to come back already got in. So right now we'll move to the scenario number 2, which will be in which we'll be using Dark Comet, which is a well-known remote administration tool. So first of all, I need to set up the Dark Comet. So I will just do it very briefly. I just need to put some network over here. I could do actually some, try to put this process that I will be using. I could obfuscate it somehow. I could try to hide it behind some kind of processes, but I don't want to do it. I want it to be visible today. Well, I will use this functionality, which is a pop-up. So the pop-up will appear once the user will click the payload that will be sent for him. And I will be using a little bit social engineering here. So the title will be Crypto Locker patch version 1.7, for example. And the text will be the patch has been installed. Thank you. Yeah? That's a simple pop-up. It can be more sophisticated if we want. Okay, so there are some additional things that we could set. Keylogger, I won't do this. Host file I could replace. I could just, put some other IP addresses for the host names. And this is how I can just redirect end station to different IP addresses. But this is irrelevant for here right now. I just can choose the icon. That's not relevant as well. So what I will do right now is I will generate the payload. And I will call it somehow CryptoLocker patch. Okay. So I generate the payload. So this is what we will be sending to the user, to the end user. So I've got template, which I'll be using here. So first of all, So this is a simple command. I will send email to that particular user, and I will try to impersonate myself as an administrator of that particular organization. I will put the title of the email like urgent, patch for cryptolocker malware, and I will add the payload, and of course some text that we'll be using. Here, as you can see, maybe I will just show it once the email will be sent. So let's copy, paste, yes, dear employee, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, the email has been sent. In the meantime, you can see that I changed here the network tab just to filter the communication between the attacking machine and the Windows 7 machine. So if there will be something, it will appear over here from the, let's say, network point of view. From the log point of view, it won't happen, it won't show anything, in fact, because there won't be events that will come from that workstation, but I will explain it later. So we will focus mostly on this area over here. So, okay. The email has been already sent. So we are just logging to the machine. Okay, let's play the SCADA thing. Okay. Okay, I just need to. Okay. It's just for the fun. Oh no, it's not thing what I wanted to do. Okay. Let's just open the email. And here is the email that we were sending. So this is a little bit social engineering. We are trying to encourage the employee of the particular organization to install actually something. Yes, so we are creating a special email explaining that our organization is under attack and there is a well-known malware which is called CryptoLocker. And the IT department is trying to protect the infrastructure, and they are asked to install this patch immediately and, of course, report to IT department if they will receive another, for example, email with the file that is called cryptolocker.exe. As I mentioned during the few slides that I was showing to you, this type of attacks is usually preceded by the open source intelligence. Yes, so we are trying to find out who is who in that particular organization. And for example, it is very easy to find this information, for example, on the LinkedIn. Yes, I'm typing the name of the organization that I want to target, and I'm looking who is the IT administration, who is the IT administrator in that particular organization. Yes. It was done for the Estonian event, so I just took a typical Estonian name, but it is also very easy that we can just find out typical, I don't know, Latvian names. Yes, I can just, I could put it, once again, I don't have internet. Okay, it will be necessary for me on the second scenario, hopefully. Okay, so, but anyway, I can even if I'm not, local person, I can create an email. I can try to create email that will look like more probable than typical, hey, I'm your, I am your employee or whatever, yes. Okay, so, anyway, let's go further with the scenario. So let's assume that end user just believe in that what we were trying to convince him. as I mentioned, we could just check that the VirusTotal will detect this as a malware, as the dark comet is quite well known already. But we might also face the different types of attack that will contain the payload that might be unrecognized, for example, by different IT antiviruses. So let's give the VirusTotal time to investigate. You will see that it was detected as a malware, and let's in that case install upload. Okay, so I cannot upload if I don't have a connection. But anyway, the VirusTotal will inform you that this was there is a malware over there. So let's continue with the attack. So you can see the user was informed that the patch has been installed, and there is a process. Actually, we could see the some details of this process, and this communicates with my attacking machine 10.1.1.150. Okay, on this particular port. So hopefully. Oh, we already see that there is information from the network point of view that there is an ongoing communication between my asset and between the IP address that is outside of my infrastructure. And Qradar can detect this because we can we have something like network hierarchy, so we can define or we can discover which asset belongs to our infrastructure and which are, let's say, outside of our infrastructure, and this is defined over here by me for the purpose of this demo. Sorry, I need to speed up with the time, so here you will have those information. So let's continue with the scenario, because as I mentioned, here is the payload is right now communicating with my attacking machine. So this is pretty much what I can do. I can do a lot of things with that particular machine. Starting from displaying some processes, I can of course kill the processes that are on that particular machine. What's more important is over here is that I would like to get in touch with the services that are on this particular machine. And there is one important service that I would like to show you. It's event log. Yes? So you can see here, event log start is set to 2, which means that it's automatically restarting. So if we'll just go over here, and we'll look for the Windows event log, you see that it is started and it is in automatic mode. Yes. So if I do have control over this machine, I can just change this. Oops, not. I'm setting this to 4. Yes, so it's disabled. The service will be disabled. So if I will refresh over here, you see it's disabled. Yes, so even if someone will restart the machine, then the machine will not report anything that will happen on that particular asset. And of course, I could do much more things over here. I could do some spy function. I told you that one of the most important thing, or my very dangerous thing, might be the keylogger. Yes, because the attacker doesn't have to do much things, because the only thing that he needs to do is listen. Yes, so not much to do. And if the end user is trying to go, the question is whether I have a connection to the internet. Maybe I will change to different wireless. Okay, let's say that we do have, yes, IBM, not security. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Thanks. Okay. Whatever password, it won't work. Anyway, you see here that the intruder is able to capture the keystrokes that was performed. So this is how he can easily get the passwords that are used by this particular user and try to log into different to the application. There is also a maybe possibility that the same user is using the same login and password to different applications. Yes, maybe even sometimes he's sharing the corporate passwords with his private ones. Yes, so we can try to find out whether we can log in to his private account on Gmail with the same password. Yes. There are also other things that we can do. We can, of course, get an interaction with his desktop, so we can just close whatever is needed. Yes, we can just close this. We can do some mess with this SCADA thing, whatever. Yes, we can just change. It's just for the fun. Yes, so nothing serious. What I can do else, I can just connect the webcam and hopefully webcam capture. Okay, yeah. Hello, mommy, I'm in TV. So for the people who are actually who are not hiding the cameras, there is a reason that maybe you should start, covering the cameras. It's not that, really difficult to be done. Yes. Okay. To speeding up a little bit, the last thing usually when there is an attack, there is a phase that is called exfiltration. So if we are finding some data that are interesting for us, we are trying, of course, to steal this data. Yes, and this is what we'll be doing over here, is that I already know that the particular user is having some kind of project that he's working on, and I want to steal this data. So this is what I'm doing right now. I just find the particular file, and I'm trying to transfer it. So, as I was mentioning at the beginning, this type of attack might not give us any alerts, might not give us any logs. And that's why we might not be able to fully discover this attack. Sometimes we might get the symptoms of the attacks. The symptoms like, for example, wow, why our infrastructure is communicating with an external device or an external IP which belongs to I don't know, China or some different country. And the session already takes 24 hours, and we were never connecting before with that particular IP address. And suddenly we are able to see that there is a larger portion of data that is transferred to that IP address. Yes. So these might be the symptoms that won't give you an immediate answer. Well, we've got an attack. Yes. But these are the symptoms that can tell your IT department, let's take a look what is inside of this traffic. Yes. Okay, the file has been already downloaded. As you can see, Qradar is monitoring the communication, and actually this communication is saying to us that there is actually the ongoing session from my location to outside, and hopefully soon we will have information that there was a larger portion of data that was transferred outside. So if we will go to the offenses, hopefully we should be able to see. Yes, we do have. Yes, so here is this, let's say, attack that was discovered. So Qradar is informing us that there was a potential communication with Dark Comet established session for over 1 hour. Of course, this is a fake. This is, for the purpose of this demo, I set this to, in fact, as a 1 minute or 5 minute. It doesn't matter. We've got all events that are associated with that particular scenario that we're performing, and we can go through all the details what has happened. So that there is a potential communication with Dark Comet, but there is also a potential data transfer outside of the organization. This is because Qradar was able to detect that there was a larger portion of data that was transferred through the suspicious session that was detected, yes? And once again, this might be a false positive, yes? But at least this is a symptoms that might give your IT department a hint. Okay, let's take a look. Maybe it's a false positive, but maybe this is an ongoing attack that we are facing. Okay, and very fast, the last scenario, I will just make it a little bit shorter because it's similar to this one, because we will be also sending a payload. I will close this Dark Comet. Of course, I can uninstall this. Once I'm doing this, you will see that the process is no longer working and the payload disappeared. Yes, so this is how the intruder can just clean the evidence. Okay, so the last scenario, what we will be doing here is that we will send once again an email with a different attachment. So the same approach we will do as in previous scenario. Okay, hopefully we'll have shortly an email that goes to Hyacinta bucket. Okay, we've got a simple email like legal notice, share capital increase. Yes, so from time to time, the organization needs to inform the people in the organization that the capital share funds has been increased. So, so this is what we were able to do. As you can see, it's email from Richard Branson. So it's very nice to have an email from Richard. He's a very nice guy, obviously. So here we've got a file that was sent. And hopefully if I have a connection to internet, VirusTotal will show that this is actually not a malicious file. Because actually the exploitation is not over there. Oh, as you can see here, everything is green. Well, that's nice. So I will open the Process Explorer. And we will just open, I will just show you this file actually will initiate the attack. So I'm just opening it. And it opens me a PDF. And it opens for me a PDF. So the exploitation is not on the PDF, on a PDF reader. Yes, it's nothing related to this. Actually, there was a small shell script, actually the PowerShell script, that initiates this process, which actually communicates with the Shinobot botnet, as you can see over here. And so even right now, I could just close this, and still the attack is ongoing. So that was actually the social engineering that we used just to inform the end user. I was also able to get the signature of Richard Branson. So if someone of you have a blank check which needs the signature of Richard Branson, just come to me and I will give you. Anyway, from now on, I'm just finishing. So from now on, this machine communicates with a botnet. So I just need to take the ID of the process. And if I go over here, you can see that there is a new machine connected 1 minute ago. So I guess this is the one that I'm using right now. Yes, so Actually, this machine that is in my environment actually is right now available over the whole internet. So if you are willing, you can just go to Shinobot, and I could give you the credentials to control the machine. And of course, I can do whatever I need. Over here, I just initiate the command, and the attack will happen. So I need to finish right now my demo. The detection would be the same as it was in scenario 2, that there was a communication outside of our organization. If you have more questions, or if you have questions right now, then we can go through the questions. If not, then we can just talk later as well.
Let's have a round of applause for our speaker here. He gave us not just one demo, but 3 different scenarios. Here's your certificate. Thank you very much. And of course, a small gift from the organizers.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
There you go. Thank you.